We start the scene with Destiny meeting the Fletchers for breakfast or brunch, whatever they call it. I just call it eating, but whatever. They meet. Now, it's funny that once they meet, Mr. Fletcher is not as interested at all in his cousin Trisha calling his wife about laying her hair down somewhere. The ladies, some dude, I don't know. But he was more excited to tell Martell about her being at the gym than, her being on the phone at this time. I guess. But yes, eventually Neil hung up the phone, which I'm glad, girl. I was ready, like, girl, hang up. She ain't talking about nothing. And then once Neil hung up the phone, Destiny showed up. The Destiny and Fletcher show. That seemed like it's going to be the thing, because if Destiny ain't over here talking about the Scotts, she over at the Scotts talking about the Fletchers. So, I mean, this is where we are with this show at this time. So yes, Destiny comes over to tell them everything that happened with Trish at her Letitia at her open house, and how Letitia came in and how she tried to come for her immediately as she came in, like, oh, I bought you some champagne or whatever, not no chocolate in a bottle. She bought her some champagne or whatever because she thought that was her first open house, which it was not. So then, but that's the same way Marceau did Chris when he tried to bring up the fact that Fletcher no longer had a license. And it's like, wait, when have my license ever put food in your kid's mouth? Like, we don't do business together. Let's be clear, you don't even finish projects, and you feel like just because you called me in a position where my license is up for questioning, now you feel like, same thing like his wife, same thing like with Chris's cousin Courtney, when he tried to come for Stormy, them talking about, a woman's hair care business, Marceau. But meanwhile, his woman's hair care business ain't moving and ain't doing nothing. But that's just what they do. They go after what everybody else is doing because they're doing that. Everybody who's trying to, make a move, cover ground, they sit back and watch. And then when they fail, they be like, let me remind you. Just like Tisha was mad that she felt like Destiny wasn't there for her. All the stuff Tisha did for Destiny, far as, turning on Mel for Destiny, turning on LeBerick. Remember when Tisha was on Instagram, and that's, I think, the first time Destiny was arrested for using, allegedly, all this is alleged, and in my very own opinion, what I've seen on the show. But when LeBerick was first arrested Destiny for using his name on a bill, Tisha felt some type of way about that. So she was on Instagram acting like she was ready for LeBerick to pull up to Black, knowing that if LeBerick pulled up to Black, she wasn't going to be the one fighting. Her husband and then was. So I ain't even like that whole thing. I ain't even about to go there because that shit really had pissed me off, the way she was doing all that, trying to get this man's attention. Like, that's between him and Destiny. Ain't got nothing to do with you. But anyway, that's what she want Destiny to pay her all back for, and that's Destiny's fault. I love this for her. This is what she wanted because you was warned on the type of person that she was, and you felt like, nah, I can control her, but I can't control you, so you the one that's gotta go. And now look at you, Destiny. You flip-flopping. You flopping over here, you flopping over there, you flopping everywhere. But that's okay. So pretty much that's what she was telling them, how Tisha tried to comfort her. How Tisha also left with a bottle. I don't even know if Destiny brought up the fact that Tisha left with an open container, but I mean that's what her family does. Listen to her mom. When Tisha mom want Miss Wanda go live with that monkey on her shoulder, then she be having her daughter-in-law in the background. Why did her daughter-in-law give up custody to raise the kids, only to be at the house where the kids is being raised to be drunk? What, you didn't want to give up the monkey on the shoulder for your kids? But you over there with the monkey on the shoulders because your kid. Maybe that's not her. Maybe it's the other girl that came onto the show with T-Man and was like, I'm pregnant. And Tisha then was not happy about it because it was like, T-Man already got 3 kids or whatever. Or maybe it was T-Man that was happy about the girl being pregnant. Either way, that's just what they do over there. That has to be her or the other girl. But either way, they're alcoholics. I mean, that's Tisha left with a whole bottle. And then what was Maurice called with the DUI? Or he was allegedly caught with the DUI and somehow it got dismissed or whatever. I don't know. But the drinking always surfaces over there. And it's always over there. So, but you can't bring that up on the show. Don't bring that up. And you also can't bring up the fact that that girl said that her husband and his brother had her in the hotel room, turning her every which way but loose. You can't bring that up on the show. You also cannot, you can't bring that up on the show. You also cannot bring up Zen Gardens. You don't bring up the hair care line anymore. Like, literally, all they do on the show is just bring up other people's shit and not their own, because you're not allowed to bring up their stuff. Back to the show. That's what Destiny came and told them. Chris already understood. He been through it with Marceau. Then Chris' cousin Courtney been through it with Marceau as well. So, same pony, new tricks? I don't know. Anyway, next thing we get to is Ken and Trisha. So Ken come up to the house. He knocking on the door. And Trisha like, come in. Bitch, you knew he was coming. Like, Ken, let's stop playing. When you just telling her husband, or is it her ex-husband, that's your house, you pay all the bills there, and you do. Now you knocking? And then on top of that, they didn't really talk about much when they was there. This is how the conversation went. He was just like, yeah, so I did meet somebody and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And I don't understand. Men do this all the time. They'll go meet another girl, make it seem like, oh my God, girl, I met the bestest nigga. And all the time, he just sitting up here using you to make another female jealous. And he don't tell you nothing. He don't even tell you none of that. Then when you see it on the show, he on the show talking about you like you nothing. Like, she ain't nothing. She ain't you. Why did you even put her there to be compared? Why didn't you leave this woman alone if she doing so good she don't need you? Well, Ken is just a nigga that take the strippers who ain't got a ride home at the end of the night. He makes sure they get home safely. That's all he gives me. I don't like dudes like that. He can't have a baby, and I wonder why. And Trish, be glad that that y'all did not have no baby together. Look how long it took him to get off that couch to just stand up. Imagine how long it would have took him if the baby was crying. Be glad, Trish, because he will try to make it seem like it's all your fault, why you ain't doing this. It's a woman's job. This the baby. You a woman. You should know you had 2 other kids. And that, be glad. He be in the street telling people, I thought Trish was a good mom. She ain't no good mom. She be sleep. My baby be crying. Like, that's the type. Be glad, Trish. That's all I can say. So pretty much he was just like, are we going to do this? Let's just leave it on a question mark, because if they get renewed for another season, I still want to come back and play with you on camera and just make sure we secure another check. And Trish was like, yeah, that's kind of what I want to do too. So he was like, all right, then we on the same page. And, he got up off the couch with a, ugh. Like, that's the grandpa sound. You want to be a daddy? I think your time has passed, Ken, to be a daddy. Maybe not, maybe not. Don't let me be. Anyway, that's all that happened with them. They didn't really talk about nothing. Next scene is we roll up to Nell, the kids' house. Nell's, the Fletcher's kids' house, okay? For the life of me, I don't understand. At first, when Nell and when the Fletchers was at the door knocking to go in, I was like, oh, production didn't show the grass again. It must not be cut. But then I'm like, when it came back on, I saw it was a car parked on the grass. What in the world is going on here? Why is there a car? I wish a motherfucker would. I don't even care if I'm having a party with the family and, some of my family friends showed up in the parking. You better park your ass around the corner and walk. I wish the fuck I would come out my front door and see a damn Charger parked in my front. What? That is so tacky. But anyway, they make it inside, and the Lance, Ty, Chris, and KK, they sitting there listening. Lance is so fucking entitled. He is so entitled. I mean, what kind of man did Nell sleep with? I don't think Lance Daddy is a Mexican, because he don't have that worth ethic in him. He just look like he just be chilling all day and telling everybody else what to do. Like, I don't get it. He has nothing. I don't feel like he has anything going for himself but another baby. And I don't like the fact that the cameras are rolling in, because that could definitely change the dynamic with how he act with women now. He could be acting like he's so much, bitch, I'm on TV. That's it. That's all. Is he getting back at his daddy's people? Like, look, I done made it, Dad. Fuck you. I don't know. But this chip on his shoulder, it needs to be over, because I don't understand how you got 3 different baby mamas, and then you wouldn't dare accept a female with 3 different baby daddies and look at her as wife material. There's no way that you will look at that like, oh yeah, I'm a wife her. But yeah, you put yourself in this category that you husband material. I hope you don't think because you light skin you in, because no, sir. No, some females fall for that light skin, good hair. I don't give a damn. Okay? I don't give a damn. And by your hair, you about to be a bald-headed ass lie. Because every lie you tell, a strand is coming out your dreads. And soon you going to see your dreads on the sinks and floors and not on your head. Trust me, at the way you going. Chris is looking like, don't ask me about my kids. I don't do this TV shit. I'm not going to talk about my child's mother or my child on this show. So skip me and go to KK. And KK like, well, I've been posting all what I wanted people to see on IG between me and Antoine. So I don't really have nothing to say. I'm just here to back up my mama, because Lance is getting on her nerves. And pretty much, Lance, stop bringing females around. Okay? If you don't respect the bitch, then don't bring her here. We only want bitches you respect. Okay? Only want. That's all we want. And I'm with Nell. Nell said, I'm getting tired of this. I'm tired of meeting new chicks. And I get you, Nell. When I was in my 20s, baby, I had no kids. I was living my whole life, okay? I was so picky, nose up in the air, baby. Like, what I was telling dudes, I don't want to meet your mama. No. I don't even see that for me and you. I just want to fuck you. That's it. There ain't no point even taking me to your mom or nobody. I remember one time we ran into a dude's mom. I was like, damn, how you doing? I did not care to meet mothers. I mean, I had a lot of brothers growing up and boy cousins and stuff. They always brought females home, and I just didn't want to be like, I don't know. I just had to think about that. Like, I don't want to meet your mama. And I mean, listening to Nell, I'm glad I wasn't that person to want to rush and meet somebody's mama like that. But mamas I remember one time I was messing with this dude. I'm going to call that nigga Mandingo because that's the only reason why I was messing with him. Anytime I'm talking about a dude, the only reason why I was messing with him because of he was on Mandingo status. But, mothers don't be knowing that. I damn sure don't want to know that about my son. So, I would give some mothers, especially this dude, he was staying in the apartment. Then he lost his apartment and moved back with his mom. So I knew he had some ambition in him. And I knew, all right, this was just a small fall off. He didn't have any kids or whatever. But when I would go visit him at his mom's house to get my fix, she'll be nosy. How you doing? Who watching your kids? And I'm like, oh, no, ma'am, I ain't got no kids. And, oh, okay. And, trying to be nosy. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Come on, let's go. You should have already had this room ready. Let's go. I don't want to be answering all these questions with your mom. And that's probably how I would do Lance, okay? Like, dude, I'm not going to get pregnant by you. Trust. I was not that female. Dudes used to be like, I'm going to put a baby in her. Oh, you won't be getting none. I promise you, you won't. When I heard dudes used to say that, I promise you, you will not be sleeping with me. Then other dudes will be like, oh, she a hoe. Oh, I'm a hoe. Have you fucked? If you ain't fucked, don't call me no hoe. Let's be clear. Because dudes used to try to hate, like, why she won't mess with me? You ain't got enough. I'm with Stormy on that. You ain't got enough. Or they'll have, like, different baby mamas, and them bitches will fuck up cars and stuff. Them bitches weren't about to fuck up my car. No, ma'am, I was not by him. I do not want him. I remember this one dude from the hood. He had golds from the top to the bottom of his mouth. He was a very handsome guy. I lived across the street from him. At first, it was his mama's house. Then he got out of prison from doing the sit. I ain't even know the nigga. I ain't know at the time that he did a sit or was doing the sit. I heard different females say they got a baby by him. But I never knew who the dude was. Then when he got out, his mama gave him the house, and she moved to another house, and then that shit turned into Camp A. Like, what the fuck? Where did all these niggas come from? And when I say this dude used to give a child, I would be laying in my bed. I would hear a bitch bamming on the door. It was continued action over there. The way he was screwing over females, and bitches was calling the police on him, having the helicopters hover over. Child, it was just, I did not want to do it. I love watching it, but I didn't want to deal with it. He would try to come across the street too, trying to be nosy. Like, get on the back across that street. No, sir. I remember one time the female, whoever he had shared a phone with, he knocked on my door because she cut his phone off. And so he used my phone to call her. The bitch act like she kept calling my phone. I'm like, look, I'm the neighbor. What neighbor is you? Like, oh, no. I don't want this dude. I ain't got nothing to do with him. Girl. So I can understand that. Thank God my 20s is over. Hell, I didn't want to. I'm supposed to be on here talking to y'all about love and marriage. Huntsville. I'm talking about my shit. Anyway, yes, Nell and Lance, we're going to pray for them, okay? Lance, Fletcher is not your daddy, so your hair will not be flowing and growing. You probably need to cut them dreads out, because in a minute, you're going to need every hat to put on your head. I feel like you're going to become a hat guy. You're going to become that guy. You better do what T.I. did. Cut it off. Let it go. Let him go. Let him go. Or is it let him know? Anyway, for Lance, it's let him go. Destiny and Twan. I don't know. I feel like Destiny was a little upset when Twan was like, you heard any rumors about me and KK? And she like, what? I wanted you to guard my body. He like, I think I want to guard KK's body. Look, this is just me talking. This is not Antoine talking. I don't know how Antoine feel about KK. I guess Kay gonna say however she feel about the situation next week's episode. If he decided to come on to Love, I think he probably trying to use Destiny to get on to the spot of Love and Marriage Huntsville so he can be on with Kayla. I don't know. That could be a nice episode of him, Kayla getting married and riding off into the sunset, you know, on them horses like Mel did at her baby shower. That would be nice for Anton and KK if Anton is serious. Now, if he values his relationship, which I think he does, with Nell and Lance and Chris and Mr. Fletcher, I don't think he has ill intentions for KK. But if he does, hopefully he'll just leave her alone and just play with Destiny, continue to play with Destiny, or guard Destiny body from head to toe. That's fine. If you're not serious, please stay away from Kay. But if you is serious, I would not mind seeing that love connection on here. Just imagine, do y'all know the kids will be so cute? Look, let me stop for Nell. Be like, bitch, let me get in my car. I didn't mean to, Nell. Last scene is